Hey guys. So this is now week three for those of you that are looking for a little extra instruction here. Um, First thing you're going to do is do the next part of the map skills. So you're going to do actually 7 through 13 this week. It's the same instructions as last week, but there are different questions, goes into a little bit more detail. And yeah, if you have any other questions about that, just email me or you can call me on my school phone on Wednesday. All right, but feel free to email me at any time. All right, you can also join the Google Meets to ask me any questions as well. And those are on Wednesday. The first one's at 11, okay, and then ends at 11:30, and the second one is at 1 and then ends at 1:30. All right, so either one, doesn't matter what class you're in, you can use those to your advantage. All right, but if there shouldn't be too many questions on the map skills because you just did one very similar last week, but if you do, just let me know. All right, your next assignment is going to be over governments and the systems of government. Now you're going to be using Flipgrid to turn this assignment in, but it's very simple in terms of what is expected. You're going to use a piece of paper. You're going to separate them into federal, confederate, and unitary systems, and then you're going to place the types of governments into one of those three categories. All right, doing the best you can to categorize them. All right. When you turn in a Flipgrid, you're going to tell me what you struggled with, and then you're going to show me the picture of what you actually completed. Then your last assignment is on sustainable development. Now, fancy word for don't overuse resources. Okay. But the way we're going to cover it is reading The Lorax by Dr. Seuss. I know it's a children's book, but it also has a lot of deeper meaning to go with how we should use the earth and its resources that it has. Okay. But you're going to answer some questions about the reading on a Google Doc, and then you'll submit that to Canvas when you're done. All right. So just so as you have now extra information, I'll go into the next assignment. All right. Now, with this, all right, we're in week three. Map skills is your first assignment, like I just got done talking about. If you open this up, okay, you're going to click on New Window, and that'll bring up this document here. Okay, this should look very familiar because you did 1 through 6 earlier last week. All right, so you're going to open up the document, start with 7, use this reading to answer the questions on the Google Doc. Okay, once again, don't worry about the questions at the bottom of the PDF. The only thing you're responsible for is numbers 1 through 6 for part 7. Then you'll move on to 8, you'll open up a new document, and so on and so forth. All right, once you get all the way done, okay, with part 13, all right, then you're going to submit the assignment to Canvas. If you have any questions, make sure you email me or call me or join the Google Meet on Wednesdays. Or just a reminder, the Google Meets are at 11 to 11:30 and then 1 to 1:30. All right, feel free to join either one if you have any questions about that. So your next assignment is now your Flipgrid government systems and types. So the first thing you're going to want to do, obviously you're going to open this up, but you need to open up the reading to begin. All right. So once you get into Flipgrid, which will actually look like this, all right, you're going to need to open up government systems and types. So this is a document for you to read through. So I would highly suggest you reading through it first and then getting to the actual assignment. All right, you're going to start with reading the 3 systems of government with federal, confederate, and unitary. And then you're going to read through the types of governments. Okay, types and systems are different. All right, so you have anarchy, authoritarian, and so on and so on. All right, make sure you read through each one of those. Once you're done reading through the document, then you're going to get a piece of paper out. All right, and you want to label it like this. all right, with unitary, federal, and Confederate all on it. And you can see that back on your Flipgrid as well, all right, with this image right here. That's what it should look like on your paper. With that paper, you're then going to categorize anarchy, authoritarian, absolute monarchy, in each type of government into whether you think it is a federal system, a Confederate system, or a unitary system. All right. I'm not going to say it's easy because some of these types of governments could go in maybe a couple of them. All right. So to the best of your ability, you need to categorize each type of government into one of the three systems. So if you think anarchy is a unitary system, all right, you're going to write anarchy in this column. All righty. So do your best. Okay. Some of it is going to take a little bit of thinking. All right. But each type of government should fall into one of those columns. All right. So once you're finished with that categorization of each type of government, you're then going to go back to Flipgrid, and then you're going to hit record a response. Now, when you record your response, you need two things in the recording. One, you need to show me your actual chart. Okay, show me them. And then you need to tell me what you struggled with. Okay, what was difficult about it? Whether it was reading through the document or figuring out maybe one or two types of the governments, which one do they go in? So just let me know what you had difficulty with, and that's it. And then that's the only two things you need in your recording: your chart and then what you struggled with. Okay, and then you can end your recording and then submit it. If there's any other questions, please email me, and you also have the ability to call or meet in the Google Meet. Last assignment, this is only for students that are remote learners. If you're an in-class student, we're going to finish this and complete it in class while you're here. Okay, so this is only for students that are online, okay, the entire time. Okay, and this is the sustainable development questions. And you're going to be reading the Lorax by Dr. Seuss and then giving some comparables to how we use our resources here on Earth. Now, here are the questions once we load these up for what you're going to be answering while we read the Lorax. Okay, there are 12 questions in all. Every answer will go in the highlighted area, but you're going to first have to open up the Lorax on the PDF. These questions are in order. Okay, so as you read, okay, start at the top left, okay, read down the column, all right, and then once you get to the bottom here, you're going to come back up to the top and then start here. Okay, so work left to right, and then once you get to the right column, then you're going to move down and start here. Okay, so as we move through, all right, each question should be answered as you go. All right, 1 through 9 are going to be answered while you are reading. Okay, so as you go along, be looking for the answers. And then 10 through 12 is going to be, did you understand what you read? Okay, so after you read the Lorax, you're going to answer 10, 11, and 12 about some of the meaning behind it. All right. Number 11, you're going to look up what sustainable development actually means. So take the definition from what you find and then put that in for the answer on number 11. All right. I know it is a children's book, but it does have a lot of good material in it that applies to everyday world about how we overuse resources and things of sort like that. So please don't just take it as a children's book, even though it is Dr. Seuss, because there is some good meaning to this story as well. All right. Once you are finished with 1 through 12, you can submit this. If you have any questions, please let me know. I hope you guys have a good week. This is your last assignment if you're a remote learner. Remember, if you're an in-class learner, you do not need to do this online because we're going to complete it in class. Have a good week.